What it do? Back at it again. Um, Here to talk about being in a bad mind state, the people you'll meet when you're in this situation, when you're living in a very, very dark place, the type of people that eat on you, and you don't know they feasting on you. And these are the type of people you'll have to stay away from to maintain your sanity and to get back in a good place and have a good mindset. You know what I'm saying? One thing is bad influence. You know, it's saying your mother or maybe you heard from an older person or even one of your friends, birds of a feather flock together. So if you're doing the wrong thing, you're going to be attracting people doing the wrong thing, and they're going to want to keep you there. Because a lot of people, they don't like doing things by themselves. They tend to want people with them. And they let you know they need somebody to do something with them. You know, like, I did trucking before, and I had a partner. Well, I thought he was my partner. He's a bad influence. And what I mean by that is, anyways, he was talking about driving trucks. I was like, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do that. But he only wanted to drive a truck if he could do team driving. And I was like, nah, I ain't trying to be in a motherfucking jail cell on wheels with a dude. You know what I'm saying? This nigga tried to undermine me getting my license. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a bad influence. They ain't gonna do nothing by themselves. Like, if they want to do something to somebody, they want you to be with them. They don't go do what they gonna do. They need help. There's a lot of people like that. They need help to do bad. You know what I'm saying? But they don't need help when they around this motherfucker crying and complaining with somebody. You know what I'm saying? When they get something good, they don't need your help then. They don't need you at all. Hold on. Excuse me. Anyways, back to it. They are poison, and they have a negative impact on your daily activities and on your mindset. They're very manipulative and they're controlling. And when they manipulate you and controlling, they want to keep you isolated from people that will benefit and have a healthy effect on what you got going on. Like, you ever been just chilling and then somebody, you know, you chilling with somebody that brings a negative impact on your life. No, but that's your partner. You ain't looking at it like that. You going through something, I'm going through something. We've been knowing each other for a long time. I trust them. Boom, we locked in like this. Then another guy, you might met him at work or something. He come around talking to you. The nigga mean mugging that nigga and shit. The nigga ain't did nothing. What it is, he could feel that positive energy coming off that other cat, and he don't want you around it because he worried about you getting your wings and flying away. You know what I'm saying? So they'll manipulate you to stay in a very bad mindset. These people are very evil. They could live in a dark place. And I'm going to get to why they could live there and why they could function there. Now, a lot of times, these are the type of people, once you get back to good standing within yourself, within your mind and spirit, they'll tell you, you'll get on the phone, you'll say, hey, man, what's going on? How you been doing? Man, I'm doing good. I got this and got that and got this going on. You know, I just made this. I just do this, man. You need to pull up. You pull up over there, man. It's hell on earth, man. This nigga living like a goddamn scavenger. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, bro? For real. And that's how they try to bring you back in. They been doing this. But once you recognize game and peak game, you'll realize this is what they do. What's another one? They like to gaslight and intimidate you. So if something goes wrong, something petty, they'll gaslight. They'll keep throwing it. They know what triggers you. And they're going to always trigger you. You know what I'm saying? And they'll try to intimidate you. But see, the intimidation ain't always be this. The intimidation will be, man, that ain't going to work. you gonna fail, man. You ain't gonna go nowhere. You ain't got nothing going on, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to do it like this. You need to do it like that. You need to do it like this. But the whole time, they just trying to intimidate you. They want you to be scared to not to succeed or even try to fail. You know, you could fail up. And you could fail up. I had to learn what that was is, hey, you take a loss, you try to go, say like you try to do landscaping or something in your own company. You take that loss where, hey, it didn't go right, but you learn how to run a business. So that loss wasn't a loss, it was a lesson. And you can still go apply that to some other adventure or, you know what I'm saying, something else you go do. And they want to really keep you from growing. What's another one? I talked about isolation. Yeah. And they always want to limit your growth, your social status. You don't even realize how much social status you is because you're a real cat. You're an outstanding cat. Ain't no real smut on your name. See, we live in a society where how you treat people, it gets around. You can't keep treating people like shit and think everybody ain't gonna see that. People be sitting there watching you do it and they ain't gonna deal with you. And a lot of these people, they are like that. They know ain't nobody gonna deal with them and they don't want nobody to deal with you. So they'll try to bring your social status down to a level where you can't function. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody dealing with you. It's just like, man, you ever dealt with somebody? Let me put it like this. Like, I used to sell weed a lot. I was big in that. Guys that will fuck with me, they won't fuck with some of the cats I dealt with. The cats I dealt with, they be like, man, why he fucking with you? And they kind of find out, nigga, you a fuck nigga. You like to run off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I dealt with you on any type of business, I consider it to be my personal responsibility if I bring somebody to you, that they be on a straight up. These are the type of cats, they'll bring somebody around you, they'll rob you, that'll steal from you, they'll plot on you. You see what I'm saying? So these type of people like to bring down your social status because they want to limit how you fly. Real shit. And all these people are the people that's going to be around you. That's from my dealings and living. Those are the ones that can hurt you the most. And that's why you can't tell everybody your issues. But if you already did it, the best thing to do is to isolate yourself from them. You know what I'm saying? Because you feed off interactions with people. See, you got good karma. You just in a bad spot. You're in a bad spot and you got good karma. And if you got good karma, God gonna give you things. He gonna put things in your way. Even if you don't believe in God, life gonna put things in your way. You get what you put out. And we just gotta learn as people that all money ain't good money. And when they say that, that ain't just about the cash. You know what I'm saying? Money is something that you like and you need and that you could use. It could be a knowledge. It could be directions. You know what I'm saying? That's good money. You don't need all directions and you don't need all the other shit from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta learn how to decipher good people from bad people way more quickly than how we've been. Because the older you get, it's just harder to, if you lose something, to regain it. It takes way more time to get it back. And that's what makes us tired. But we got to get to going. Okay. So some of the people that I'm talking about, these people, and the reason why they can live like this is because they're parasites. They need a host. They need somebody to live off of. See, they can't function by themselves. And that's one reason why they despise you. You don't even know it. You're highly functional. And what I mean by that is you could be going through anything. Hell, the walls be falling down, it could be hell on earth. You're going to be functional. You're going to be able to handle things. You're going to be able to be positive and negative and see your situation out. A lot of people can't do that. Something happen, they just throw it all up in the air. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of people that are parasites, especially once they get envy and jealousy in them. And a parasite, it's like a bug. It gets in your situation, in your life, and it feeds all the negative to keep you there near them so they can live off you, feed off you. Nothing you do with them will ever go right. They all got excuse what it is. They didn't took it in. They didn't cross you. You know what I'm saying? You say you want to do something with them. Say, hey man, this man guy over here, he got some TVs, man. We can go buy them and we can sell them. You send him over there, hey man, I got robbed. Nigga got robbed, we ran out. See, you always gonna be able to come buy something that could be used. Money, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna run into it because you're gonna get out there, you can function. You can go by yourself and go get it. You're just trying to compound it and make it more. You're gonna have to learn, as I had to learn. You gotta do this shit by yourself. It might take longer, but it's gonna make what you do stronger. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Real shit. Accountability. That's what we got to have in us. Accountability gives you a complete understanding of the situations that you're in, where you're at, and how you're going to have to go by and hold yourself accountable. It's how we get better. And it's an everyday thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Every day. Every day. It's a 13-round boxing match. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to make this fight. You got to hold yourself accountable. When you don't hold yourself accountable, you'll be like them. You always blame somebody else. Man, it's their fault. No, it's your fault, my fault, that we put ourselves in these situations and then we didn't value our time. We didn't value what we had. So you can't sit there and put yourself in situations if you got something to lose. You don't have nothing to prove. That's how they trick you out your spot. That's how a manipulator, a bad influence, or a parasite trick you out your spot. They get you to come from in your bunker to see what they talking about. The whole time, that's all they want you to get out your bunker. Now they finna go in your bunker with you and fuck it all up. They want you out there with them. They can't function, and they don't want anybody that's highly functional around because they don't want their girl, their family member, nobody to see you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the world to look at you the way they look at you, and they're very envious. And if you hold yourself accountable, when you see a person that had these red flags, you're not going to put yourself in that situation. And that's what's best. And don't look at it as you being lonely. You just by yourself for a little minute. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong being by yourself for a little minute. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, you got to grow properly. And we always growing. And don't ever think you're not growing. You're either going to grow down or you're going to grow up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, these are the type of people you'll meet when you're in a bad place in life. They're going to keep you there. They're going to keep you there, bro. They're going to keep you there. Because they're a parasite. They got to live off of you. They bugs. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I want you to think about it. You ain't no bug. You going to go wash your ass. You can't walk around in shit and function. If you walk around in all that shit and disease like a bug, you going to get sick. You going to catch something. They could walk around in this shit and not catch nothing. If you walk up and you see somebody get molested, raped, or even done wrong, you might have a problem with it. You're going to have a problem with it. See, if they have a cockroach mentality, they ain't got no problem. That shit don't affect them. So that's why you got to hold yourself accountable and not even put yourself near them. Because that shit going to have a negative impact on your mind. You don't know it, but afterwards it does. You're not built to be in that situation. That don't make you weak. They make you functional. society, and a lot of these motherfuckers, they turn good things into bad. They turn the bad into good. And you got to recognize that. For real. If you realize you're in a bad place, you're functional. You just got to hold yourself accountable while you getting back up out of there. Everything going to be all right. And you got to cut your parasites, your bad influence out. Because that impairs your functional operating skills. You can't be high all the time and be cool. You're not no cockroach. A cockroach could walk in AIDS, herpes, fungicide. They can walk through all type of shit and be highly functional. Because see, their level is down here. They're never gonna leave that. And they know they're not gonna leave that. You have aspirations and want shit, a house, a family, or just to be solid and can stand on 2 feet. They don't have that type of expectations. And you could tell they'll be lying to you, but you could tell about what they're comfortable with and where they're at and what their aspirations are. Don't ever go by what somebody say. You know what I'm saying? That'll be what you first hear. But watch them. And if they fail at what they're doing, that ain't shit, because they trying. You know what I'm saying? You'll try something a million times until you get it right. You know what I'm saying? If that's really what you want to do. But yeah, I just had to touch on that again. I'm sorry it took me a little minute to get back with you. You know what I'm saying? But keep your motion. You know what I'm saying? Keep your productivity at a high level. You know what I'm talking about? Because slow motion is better than no motion. You have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings to you. I love you, even if you don't love yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Stay away from negative influences. If you doing something, you going to the gym, you reading books, or I'm just saying whatever the fuck you doing, and you ain't bothering nobody. Don't let nobody throw you off what you doing. You hear me? Because that makes you happy. And you got to do the things that keep you highly functional. All right, now. Take care.